Want a pistol round, they want a second round, and that's all she wrote.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward to seeing a little bit more of the T side for Team Spirit today versus NAVI. And Imma in particular had a far better CT half than he did T, so he's fortunate to start there. He's got the dual Berettas out. And Donk is already through middle. No challenge for NAVI being presented yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually sounded worse than it was. He's still got 69 HP.
That's the funny number.
Gonna be moving on back towards Jaguar. In tandem with Magix to try and clear out Wonderful, who's going to be here solo, and he's pretty committed.
Yeah, he's got the dualies swinging them out, but it is going to be bit towards Big Box, spotting out a couple more Team Spirit players, applying pressure to his position with that molly. Not a force bit forward into the open, and Zoltek's, they've got a couple of players leaping through that smoke. Chopper and Magix cutting through the A defense. Yeah,
I mean, a bit really stepping up to the plate with that USP to take a close range flight. Fash over, Imma tries to find his way out of the smoke, gets a little bit lost coming through. It's all Spirit. Despite some of the early chip damage, Navi not able to actually take anyone down. Until Wonderful hits
until that.
Yeah, until that.
Moment.
But look, it's too little too late, and it means nothing. So 1-0 for Spirit.
Strong pistol start here from Team Spirit. Very interesting point brought up by Maniac on the desk, highlighting perhaps the struggles of Imma in this particular matchup. He's had a very tough time versus Donk, and in particular in those head-to-head duels between him. So I think yesterday we didn't see Imma have the greatest first half, but in the second on CT side he looked really strong.
Yeah, I was going to say, he had a great CT side. The T side, he was a little lackluster, and that was one point I was going to bring up in the second half, is his mid-lurks were a little bit readable, I think, yesterday, so we're going to have to see in the second half if he's added a little bit of variety into him today. Otherwise, Donk with his aggression in mid, Zontix with his support in mid, is probably just going to shut him down.
Well, this is going to be a shutdown, absolutely. Team Spirit up against 5 USPs.
It's a good time to check in, though. We mentioned in the pre-show the Intel Grand Slam and kind of how the teams are going, Season 5 of the Intel Grand Slam. Vitality's obviously made the playoffs. They have 1 win. They would need 3 more, but they only have 2 events to get it. So they're going to kind of miss out. They're going to have that win kind of drop off. That's from IEM Rio 2023 last year. Now, Team Spirit has a win as well. That was Katowice this year,
they've
obviously.
got one of the more important ones, right? They got the championship
the championship level event. So another win here, and they're going to be kind of tied with FaZe and Mouse in terms of the amount of notches on that belt on the way to the gold bars.
It'd be incredible to see Team Spirit get to that point, contending for the Intel Grand Slam, but I'll say they do here in Dallas. Winner of this, obviously into the playoffs. I don't feel very good about that advancement match here in the group stages, and so far so good. Team Spirit 2-0 up, but Navi getting their bye for the first time.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see what they've got. M4s are out across the board. Alexi gonna, go down to the FAMAS for a little bit of extra utility. No kits for the CT side. Couple players without head armor, so that MAC-10 on Chopper can do some work. Early utility in mid for both sides. Donk is going to challenge behind the Molotov. It'll be immediately smoked out, so he's going to back away and let him have it. A lot of emphasis on mid control for Navi. 4 players essentially there. Alexi just coming out of Jaguar. Imma pushed all the way down. Wonderful waiting in the front of Donut. He can support either player. Bit was up in Red Room in support as well. And just now they're going to shuffle away and get into something a little bit more standard as their utility's about to fade.
Team Spirit don't get involved in any of those fights. So Navi now back to more passive positions. Imma climbing up to meet with Alexi B in this fight down B lane. Could end up being Chopper's death. It is Alexi B going aggressive, coming away with that kill. Not sticking around long enough to get traded. And JL pushes down B lane to the bottom of the ramp, but Magix was already in the cubby, so he just peeks out, catches JL, but effective trading this time from Imma.
Yeah, good push down middle, nice timing on that, and even that push from Alexi B, even though they didn't spot Magix, it's put Spirit into a tough spot. The desk talked about this. Get Spirit in position where they're not playing from the front and see what they can do.
Nice shot from Donk, pushing through the smoke is bit though, and Imma alongside of him is taking down Donk and Shiro. It is just Magix left, and Wonderful will clean him up, so a fantastic first gun round here from Navi.
A little bit of attitude in that round from Navi, which you love to see early on in the game as well. Not scared of any fights. Alexi doing like a delayed push with a teammate jumping up towards Heaven as well to kind of join up with him. You see during that execute, Donk gets that kill, but immediately 2 players step in front of the smokes and fight right back as quick as possible. And Navi does a good job of applying pressure. I think Chopper's a little bit concerned. He threw the counter Molotov to prevent a push down B ramp. He had a lot on his mind. And Alexi's play.
Same maneuver for Imma. In back-to-back rounds, she's applying the pressure to elbow. Magix, he wants to take a risk. He goes through that smoke towards Cave. Just going to stay on top of the ledge for now, and Alexi B begins his spam battle with Chopper. Chopper will just about come out worse for wear there. 43 health. The smoke start to fade away again.
Have I lost my mind, or does JL not have a gun?
Oh my god.
JL only has...
He's got one now.
Okay, he's picked it up. He dropped it somewhere. He's found it. We're okay.
He threw it on the
We're
ground.
back in the room.
Panic stations aborted. Now it's Alexi B swinging into Shiro. And that's going to be an easy kill for Shiro to pick up on Alexi. So opening kill here for Team Spirit. Still a minute to play with for the Tees.
That was a designed play. There was a flashbang from a teammate coming over to try and blind his opposition and just missed its mark, or didn't land exactly how NAVI would have liked. So Alexi goes back to that little mid-round aggression piece from the CT side Jaguar and gets punished for it this time. So man advantage over to Team Spirit. Careful about that nade chopper. 38 seconds left. Bomb shifting in towards A main. With the player down on defense, Wonderful is kind of left alone on an island playing between Donut and the A bomb site. And he's got no support anywhere close. But because of the time left in the round, I think that's what's given this away to Imma. He's going to get here just at the perfect moment. Oh, misses the opportunity.
And the Spirit players get across to the big box. Wonderful, ready at Donut. Coming through with the AK-47, and he's caught out by Shiro. They now move forward towards default. JL trying to get in position to stop that plant, but he can't do it. Ball will go down. JL at least getting one, but gets pushed by Donk. And that is just overwhelming here for Navi. Bit now detected his position coming back in from A main. It's a winnable round for Bit, but he's got to get a move on. And they're doubled up on default. There's so many positions these Team Spirit players could have taken, and Bit will have to go through that list. I think he's realized it's too difficult to try and overcome, so he'll grab that AK-47, run away, and Team Spirit will be given 3.
That's just ruthless from Donk as well. JL gets caught in that corner trying to make a play. Between JL and Imma, it feels like they just missed the timing by like a half second. If it was just a little bit earlier, Imma might have had a cleaner shot. A little bit earlier, JL might have been able to catch a couple players, leaving the bomb site a little bit more clean. Almost there for Navi. Those margins are razor thin. And now money's going to be a problem for this next round bye.
Let's see what kind of purchase they're able to put together here.
That's a little golf clap.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little, yeah, well done, boys. Way to go, team.
Was practicing that this week, Jason.
Yeah, you were at PGA.
Yep. Practiced the golf clap. It was, and Trace was practicing some golf yes, so worked out kind of well. AK-47 for a Bit. Only thing really worth talking about here for Navi.
They've got a couple smokes on Bit, and JL has one over at the B bomb site, I think, to try and delay so they can shift the AK-47 in the right position, but I don't think Team Spirit is letting them get too comfortable with this utility. Chucking out some of their own in response. Bit's praying for a gap, but it gets covered.
And it just spreads with that grenade. It blows it open. Bit has a little look inside, and ooh, not bad. Right on towards Donk. It's a lot of damage, dropping him down to 28 health, but no kills still for Bit. Team Spirit are aware that the AK-47 is just on the opposite side of those smokes, so they take their time and now find themselves in position on default. And as soon as that smoke fades away, the second it does, Shiro hits the headshot. He'll follow up and cleans up here for Team Spirit. Wonderful. Unleashes through the smokes. It gets taken out by Chopper. It's 4 now for Team Spirit.
Yeah, really crappy timing on that smoke fade if you're Bit. He's just chucking out a smoke towards top B ramp to try and isolate some fights inside the bomb site. Gets shut down.
You can see the AWP picked up here for Wonderful. Bit purchased that, threw it on over. We'll see if having the AWP kind of changes up how Navi start these rounds on the CT side.
Again, we didn't see Team Spirit's T side yesterday on Ancient, but it felt like so much of that game was dictated in mid. The play between Donk and Zontix, and look, it might be the same way when they switch over to the defensive side, but here against Navi at the moment, their T side equally looked a little bit scrappy yesterday in their game that they eventually did win against Big. And so much, again, is being decided over towards the B lane.
Alexi B once again gets out of cave. JL is trying to be a nuisance down ramp, but that is considered, mullied off, and he's forced back.
They loved this aggression yesterday. This is, good transfer down, good control from JL.
It looked like Magix was absolutely going to get that kill, but JL does well. And a nice opportunity there for Wonderful, not taken. So missed shot right between the legs of Donk.
And that's all information as well. It looks like they're lining up to split this A bomb site. They know the op was in middle. They're going to say, look out, there'll be an op in Donut when we eventually head in this direction. And now that Chopper has that kill, Wonderful has to turn his gaze. Good frag from Bit to keep the pressure off the A bomb site, but Donk is going to step forward regardless.
Yeah, Bit's just trying to jump around, checking for further players crossing in, but Donk is just going to take up position at this tall box, and smoke comes into Donut. That'll cancel out the AWP of Wonderful, unless he takes a risk and goes through the smoke. Utility landing in towards the feet of Bit. Tap from Chopper to bait out some spam. He gets the information that, in fact, it's the AWP playing behind that Donut smoke, and Bit is held back by heaps of utilities. That bomb plant starts to come through. Now that push through CT, it's stopped by Shiro. Donk follows up with a headshot of his own. And Navi down to 2 players, and you would consider the save call the best option here if you're Navi. Yeah,
I think JL's trying to swing and get that trade onto Shiro, and Donk peeks from the other angle, right? JL's pre-aiming towards A main, and Donk slides out from big box.
He could cut off the AWP from safety here.
Yeah!
Oh, that's so important from Alexi.
Little too wide from Shiro. Good cover. But still, again, like, Navi's T side yesterday did not look all that strong. They won that game against Big on the T side, shut him down in the gun rounds. A lot of that was the aggression, the collapses, the pushes from Jaguar, from B ramp, how disruptive they were able to be. They're not having the same impact in those plays against Team Spirit right now. That's a big problem. That's a huge problem to have.
Because all of your heavy lifting will now need to be done on the weaker side. And Team Spirit showing us that they've got a good T side on Ancient as well. Not like it was in question, but certainly proving it regardless. And now Navi, it's another situation where at least you have the 2 save weapons, but everybody else is on a super weak weapon here.
Problem is, as soon as Spirit know where that op is, you have to imagine the reaction to go elsewhere is going to be very, very swift. So Wonderful better be efficient with the first fight he chooses to take. Flashbang over, Shiro's going to hide. I think he was maybe a little exposed. They try and challenge, and there's Wonderful's op. But the MP9, the AK is forcing him back.
It's a bit chaotic, but look how many players here for Navi are towards that B bomb site. So if Team Spirit take a second and realize how much time they've got, they can reposition back over towards middle or A, and they'll have so much space to play with.
This is exactly where Spirit tried to apply pressure in the last round with that saved AK-47 from Bit just a couple rounds back. It was towards the B bomb site. It was through Jaguar and through Cave. This time it's B ramp, so they just change up the choke point. And Navi's perfectly ready for it. And if you're Spirit, do you have the resources to look for this push?
Oh, Chopper, he's looking to try and cut off this B push, and Bit walks right into him. Chopper does well as to stay alive and not get traded here from Alexi B, so he has a chance again. But this time Alexi B will trade that kill out. Team Spirit staying committed to this B bomb side, charging through Cave this time. Damage done under the ramp player, traded by Donk, and now it's a 1v1. And that's that head-to-head that Maniac was bringing up just a moment ago on the desk. But it's a bit unfair at the moment because Emma only has a 5-7, and Donk has the primary choice of the AK-47, and there was never a doubt. The headshot is instantaneous, and a 6th round collective for Team Spirit.
Yeah, he was, that crosshair placement is just a thing of beauty. Swings out, and it's already lined up on the head as soon as he's in vision. 6-1, and a timeout called by Blade. First timeout of the map. That was 2 saved weapons. Now they get a buy up across the board, so Navi is going to have to try and find some adjustments to mount a little bit of resistance.
Blade knows the kind of battle that is required to get back into this game now. The CT side, only 1 round posted. And I think early signs look pretty good, Jace. That first gun round was pretty nice at Navi.
I've kind of forgotten about it at this point, to be honest with you. It feels like it was a while ago.
Hanging on to the positives. Yeah, Blade has to take his 30 seconds. Try and squeeze as much out of this first half as possible for Navi. At least everybody's got their weapon of choice at the moment. Hasn't been a luxury they've always been afforded, and Donk instantly tossing out his molly in towards the cutout in middle. Navi looking to apply pressure, but Donk, he's going to test Imma this time, and Imma will stand tall, start spamming early. Despite being caught by the flashbang, still gets that kill, and Alexi B defends him from that magic push over the top of the ledge, and that's the spam to the kill. Now JL gets aggressive down to the bottom of B lane. He's tried this a few times at the bottom of the ramp, and this time, Katz's chopper distracted.
Yeah, I would wonder actually. I mean, if that was like maybe a little bit of the new Molotov timing. Chopper hears the molly, obviously. Maybe it's like not second nature just yet. But certainly a good push from JL, and this time the collapse over towards B lane works. Zontix has slid into the A bomb site. I don't know if Bit has information, but Wonderful does have the cross. Timing is everything.
Okay, so I've seen Zontix just absolutely wreck Oppers holding angles far too many times. There's another one added to the tally. Wonderful getting tapped out. It won't actually matter, though, for NAVI, as they are going to take their second round here on the CT side. And the adjustments out of the timeout seem to have proven pretty effective.
Yeah, or at least a little moment to take a breath and relax a little if you're Navi. This is still kind of a tense situation, not in terms of losing the round. Shiro most likely going to end up saving this op back in T spawn, but you could see Alexi like in a position to go for a hunt, a little bit of a push, and just realizing the economic situation means he doesn't have the freedom to. They want to preserve this money as much as possible. So Shiro will get an op into the next round. Second on the board for Navi's CT side.
Like the water is really loud right now for Shiro.
Yeah, it really is. Ooh, they're going to go for it right at the end.
Yeah, and the
nice
grenade just lands on his head.
Peace.
So
that was easy.
Yep.
A little anticlimactic. I was about to give you a little B-Stream update if you guys are just tuning in. Throw it up on the
What's
second
happening
monitor.
over there,
It's
Jason?
Heroic M80.
Ooh.
Is the matchup there. It's currently 5-2 in the favor of Heroic.
I like the interview Nikodos gave yesterday. He said, it's kind of like going on vacation with your girlfriend's, your ex-girlfriend's family.
Okay. Wouldn't it just be your ex-girlfriend, though?
No, his whole family. The whole family now. So
They're all exes.
I had to quote the interview correctly, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a relatable experience for many people.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never done that.
Don't think it would be good.
Would be a little awkward.
Nikodos is currently top fragging that game, it looks like, so he's doing well. And right now, Navi looking to try and tie this half up. That's the best case scenario left on the table here for Navi.
And that'd be a really impressive run to see them have that kind of fortitude and bounce back into this game. If they were able to rattle off the next 4, that'd be pretty interesting. I'm not super hopeful for it. Let's see how this round goes. Ema down middle. Smokes out the choke point. Alexi's going to be aggressive towards the edge of jungle, or excuse me, Jaguar. Jungle. Jaguar.
It's all a jungle, Jason. Donk seems to be switching between left and right view model at the moment. It's good. You get to see it now with the new update, Jason. We get to see who's got that gun in the left hand.
He's going back and forth.
He's going to go for that mid-fight with his knife out. So he gets caught by Wonderful.
Yeah, he's trying to like bait out the shot, right? He's trying to jiggle it in a way, like a jumping jiggle, and just, yeah, a little bit too far. Nice shot from Wonderful. We saw him actually do that exact peek a little bit earlier, and Wonderful missed the shot. So I think that was like maybe a chance for him to train his aim, get his mind ready for what's coming.
He's like, not again. I'm not going to let that happen again.
Nobody does that to me twice.
Yeah, hits the shot, nails it. And now with just under a minute left, Team Spirit have to play the rest of this round with a 4v5. So they're going to go back and set up 3 players outside of the B bomb site. The 4th will soon join them, and that's Zontix coming back from elbow.
JL has a Molotov at the top of ramp already queued up, so as soon as he spots anything or feels the pressure, he drops that. That'll give 5 seconds for Wonderful to rotate over. He's the next player over in red room.
Oh, he needs to be careful. He does get that molly out without losing his life.
Wonderful's going to be smoked off, though. He's got to take the long route all the way around towards the long cube. Alexi hasn't pounced yet. He's remained patient on an off angle.
Yeah, still patient. Now I thought Shiro might go ahead and fight him, but Alexi B, he's missed the timing to try and get the kills in from the backside, so he has to address the problem from cave itself, and utility goes in. That'll draw their attention towards him. He nearly takes Magic's out, but the low health will not matter because the bomb will still go down, but Alexi B is fragging out, and he needs one more to close this up against Magic's, and he's already got across the angle. Alexi B still thinks he's behind the pillar, and that is going to help Magic's completely, as he's got a little further right than Alexi B has considered. And this should allow Magic's to win this 1v1. And that perfect little timing for the cross from Magic's gets Team Spirit their 7th T round.
That's a really filthy little reposition from Magic's. Alexi thought he had him locked into the bomb site, never saw him escape. And with low HP, with 9 health, Magic's is able to pull off the clutch. A little bit of a brawl inside the B bomb site, and Alexi just never considered it. And that's a round 4v5 conversion for Spirit. Wonderful gets the opening kill. And NAVI still not able to close it out. Second timeout used from Spirit, though. I think they see this as an opportunity this next round. They know the money's going to be at a breaking point. It's going to be a little bit sketchy. You win this one, the odds of you just winning this half straight up 10-2.
It's very likely.
Yeah, they grow. I didn't really know how to end that statement with any kind of...
It's always growth. Growing is always better. But Mac 10 for Zontix, he didn't have a whole lot of cash, so let him wield that little Mac 10. It does open up a faster option here for Team Spirit. We know they're very capable of playing fast, and with Chopper on a Tech 9, you might consider a quicker play. They're all aiming towards the B-bomb site at the moment. Well, heavy numbers going to one side of the map.
Oh yeah, this is a B-rush all day. Here we go. Molotov down, going to be extinguished, and the MAC-10 is already getting into the action. JL forced into the open. Now they know the position of Wonderful as well. That's traded by Magix, and it's Chaos, and a bit and Alexi B arrive to slow things down.
Yeah, they even out the numbers too, so 2v2 established off the back of those initial kills from Bit and Alexi. Now to try and close it against the Donk Chopper combo. Chopper still hasn't upgraded his weapon, so he's still on a Tech 9. It is going to smoke out long, giving himself a lot more cover, but weapon has been picked up by Chopper. It's a FAMAS, but he'll have to hide behind that smoke, and it puts Donk in a position where he must fight alone, and timing does not favor him on that Alexi B push. So it's all on Chopper to try and close this round out. A successful initial push, but now that defuse is being stuck, and he hasn't got the lineup. NAVI win the 2v2, and they do it on the stick.
Interesting. You could see him like look up into the air, like trying to line up the bomb plant over the smoke. Yeah, from like some lineup with the edge of the building, perhaps. Maybe just slid out. It seemed like he slid out a little bit further to the left than he might have expected with that lineup, but cool idea from Chopper. And nicely done from NAVI, just barely holding on to this. The kill from Alexi B and Bit as well. Donk misses his timing. And NAVI continue to fight back. It's Team Spirit who are broken.
They get a Tech 9s. Save FAMAS for Chopper. And Imma climbs up onto the ledge quite quickly. Shiro needs to be careful, nearly gets taken out, but that bottom B ramp push again from JL, successful at Shiro that is taken out this time. Chopper moves out through the smoke, Imma addresses that, and Chopper's now gone. So a good start here from NAVI, really shouldn't get out of control from this point.
Yeah, that was really kind of the play, that FAMAS, and Chopper trying to just make something unexpected. Maybe catch someone caught off guards, and Emo was well aware of the possibility. So looking like 7-4. I mean, luckily, they didn't get their tied game. They didn't get 6-6, but this is still a pretty decent fight back from NAVI, considering the way this half has gone. The fact that out of eventually the timeouts, they've been able to kind of sustain, string some rounds together, close out this half with a little bit of a positive vibe. Not going to make the second half like much easier, but you're giving yourself some rounds to work with.
Any less than this probably would have put themselves in a position where they couldn't sustain a pistol round loss, right? And it would have quite a comfortable finish for Team Spirit. But Spirit have enough money left over in the bank to get a solid buy into the last round of this first half. Alexi B defending the B double doors. It's going to be Imma taking that kill on the follow-up on Donk. So Imma securing 3 in the round. And here we go. Last round of the first half is up. Team Spirit returned to a purchase. Ancient is featured in both games that they've played this year. In fact, all 3 now if we count this one here in Dallas. It was a Spirit win in Katowice, 13-7 on Ancient, and a Spirit win at the PGL Major, 13-9.
Yeah, I was in the group stages. Here we go. Utility towards the A bomb site. This is different from Team Spirit. All 5 players headed towards A main at the moment. Right out of the gate. So the fast B rush, or excuse me, fast A rush utility thrown, trying to bait out a little bit of a response, a little bit of counter utility. Bit was shifting over. Wonderful calls him off, says it's all clear. And I mean, it remains to be seen. I think Team Spirit, the plan was obviously to re-exec on the A bomb site, but that smoke up in main at the moment, thought it might make them consider other options, but they're going to stick to it. Here we go.
The executor's up and Wonderful is primed and ready. At the lip of the donut, ready to go. Swings into the open, commits into that fight, gets back in behind cover, but not fast enough to dodge Donk. Couple of kills going back and forth, and it's even trading until Navi step ahead with Bit's headshot. There's Magix and Shiro, who now must clutch this alone for Team Spirit if they want that 8th round. And the bomb is not planted, and that is the problem. It's stuck in donut at the moment.
Well, they're going to pump the brakes. Magix probably could have tried to force a plant, but I think they wanted a little bit more comfort before they commit to a bomb plant in a post-plant situation. Magix, bomb has now been spotted in mid at the base of Red Room, at the base of the stairs. Magix just going to roll back in towards donut, but still not going for the bomb site. Still, Shiro and Magix will play this as slow as they like. They want one more kill.
Eventually, their hand will be forced because they have to go into those 20 seconds. They're worried about Brokey. They're worried about the temple exit. Ooh. That grenade is solid. It takes a lot of health off these two players pushing in. Flash comes in. It is going to allow one kill for Magix. Shiro now has to clutch this alone. And it's just Alexi B stuck in towards CT. Shiro holds it down, and it will be Spirit to exit this first half with an 8-4 lead on Ancient. They are looking for 3 Ancient wins in a row versus Navi.
Just anyone, I'm not just anyone. I'd rather keep my hood up, walk the world alone, and make it on my own. Then you claim that you're the reason that I got where I'm going, and I'm not interested in settling for the hell of it. All these people want convenience, I want more. The wolf is howling at the door, and now it's up to the clock before the last lock hits the floor. Wait, you got in my way. Think I finally got it figured out. You can take a seat, oh please, I'm busy. I don't wanna let you let me down. I don't wanna let you let me down. Take a seat, oh please, I'm busy now. I don't wanna let you let me down. I don't wanna let you let me down. Take a seat, oh please, I'm busy now. From the time I wake up till I go to sleep, I give all of me, yeah. All fight, never flee, no flights ever free, yeah. I'm in my corner and I'm ringside, handing me a water. My hands are on my shoulders, got the
Right.
belt from my
Yes.
soul.
I can flash. Double smoke. I can flash. Default 1 HP. Default. Nice. You kill him? Last was strong lead from cave. Cave. He was strong lead. Banana. Nice guys. They're so easily killed. It feels like to me. They're very easily. We can kill them if we just fight them together. Flash banana. Let's be fast. Flash banana. Flash. Let me be. Pop me. Flash. Don't make me. I was not being. Let's be.
Think I finally got it figured out. You can take a seat, oh please, I'm busy. I don't wanna let you let me down. I don't wanna let you.
NAVI battled back to get 4 rounds in this first half, but it's still Team Spirit that charge ahead. And Alexi B saying during the halftime break that they're so easy to kill if we fight them together. It didn't seem that easy at points, Jason.
No, it doesn't. But I mean, it might seem that easy to Alexi. He's topping the scoreboard, topping the chart for his team. 11 kills. Next closest is 8. He's got 1,400 damage dealt in this game so far. Next up is 950. So in-game leaders leading from the front and putting up the numbers to back up his statements. But now we switch over to that T side. That T side that looks so labored yesterday against Big, and we get to that defensive side for Team Spirit that was just dominant.
And
Donk and Zontix in mid is so dynamic.
Yeah, and I'm on Emo watch in this half as well to see those mid lurks coming out. And Wonderful, he's into that mid fight with a P250. They're pushing towards him together, and Donk will win that fight quite swiftly, but it is all about this B play for NAVI, charging up the ramp. All the rest of their forces congregating on this B bomb site. Magic's forced back. That Molotov has a bit more of a gap than he perhaps anticipated, and waits on the flash from Chopper that'll send him in, and he'll chop up 3. Magic's delivers a multi-kill with ease, and he'll keep moving in as Donk will close the pistol. That is dominant from Team Spirit coming back in on that retake.
You gotta love everything about that sequence from Magic's as well. He sees the gap in the Molotov, and it's a Herculean individual effort, but it's all activated by teamwork. He steps forward, gets the flashbang thrown from a teammate. I believe that was Chopper, turns the corner, and indeed takes down JL, finds the planter. 1 bullet left. He says, why not? I'm going for it, baby. Nice triple kill from Magic's and Team Spirit, well in the driver's seat.
I'm sure that feels good for Magic's because he doesn't often get set up in those kind of positions these days, so he's able to deliver when given the chance, and that's Team Spirit forcing NAVI to consider the good old eco now with the changes of the economy, Jason. You know, if you get a bomb plant, you'd always see that force buy instantly come in, but now we got Glocks, we got P250s.
Yeah, that extra 2 hundo is making a difference, isn't it?
Bet NAVI wish they had the $800 right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, on the other hand, you got to be happy. It's changes working as designed. Molotov down. They're going to come right through it, but Zontix loves that with the SMG.
The
nice
last bullet.
Why not? Just give him a little bit of love.
That's so stupid.
He's rich.
Yeah, he's loving that. That last bullet hits the headshot, of course. So that's double figures to Team Spirit. Now we get into the gun rounds very quickly.
And you really have this one if you're Navi. Like, if you don't win this gun round, it's like it's just going to be like a really bumpy ride to the end.
Yeah, this will be their worst ancient performance against Spirit this year. And AWP out for Shiro very quickly. What a scary twosome it is in middle between Donk and Zontix. They're relentless in their aggression towards Elbow and climbing up onto the ledge.
And they seem to do it so thoughtlessly, so ingrained, the two of them working together. Nice flashbang. Alexei gets his eyes burned out of his skull. Gonna tuck in against the boxes, still complete mid-control. Good trade for Donk, back into cover. And goes for a little bit more because why the hell not? This time he's caught though, but Zontix in middle has a chance to jump up and maybe a little bit too much.
That puts NAVI ahead, but for a short moment, because the peek from Wonderful into Shiro has resulted in the trade kill. There's still a minute 10 seconds left, and NAVI decide they want to get away from that B bomb site. They want to get back over towards A, and that's a good molly deep into red. That prevents the peek from Shiro.
Yeah, but they're trying to throw a little bit of a fake, right? This is Bitch chucking out utility. Look at Magic's as well. He's not budging. Trust in Shiro to be able to handle anything that comes his way and play the situation correctly. He can stay eyes glued on Cave, and he's got one. JL probably didn't expect that position whatsoever. They thought they would have gotten the jump on the rotate.
And that's the bomb as well that they've now spotted. So Bit is thrust into the clutch alone. A 1v2 against Magix and Shiro. That smoke blows open and in favor of Shiro, who instantly impales Bit. That is 11 rounds for Spirit, and we said that NAVI needed that one while they do not pick it up.
That smoke broke open, but there was like one little wisp that just hung around perfectly over Shiro. I don't think
Bit couldn't see
I
him.
don't think Bit could see him, but with the scope, obviously, a little bit easier.
We get to see it from Shiro's perspective here, or from the overcam. Yeah, Bit doesn't react, but Shiro clearly sees him.
Yeah. Nice round from Spirit. I mean, that shows a lot of good faith between Magix and Shiro. Split between the bomb sites. Navi pressuring the A site through Donut. And still Shiro just telling Magix, or Magix just reading the situation and saying, I'm not convinced yet. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer.
Alexi B attempting to bulldozer someone with his deagle. Flash has caught a couple of those Spirit plays, but they'll get back behind cover. And LXCB cannot capitalize on that minuscule chance, so they'll drop back. Team Spirit now thinking about aggression into cave instead.
Yeah, but that deep double door smoke is still showing like they want to push down ramp.
It's a double setup in cave here. Chopper down below. Magic's boosted up on top of the box. And as soon as you peek that, it's instant death provided by Chopper's MP9. Donk has Donut on lock. That's Imma falling. And if you're wonderful, you don't really want to get in that engagement against the AK at that range. And the rest of Spirit now cleaning up. So a bit in LXCB stuck inside of B lane, and Magic's push should clean up the rest of this round. And he will do so effectively. It is now 12 rounds for Team Spirit. This is about to be one hell of a dominant Ancient showing in the first map of this best of 3.
Yeah, it really is. Statement win to start the series for Team Spirit. Some of these other series you mentioned back at the Copenhagen Major, back in Katowice, went all 3 maps, 2-1 victories for Spirit in both of them. This is Spirit opening up the series, looking like they want to shut things down quick.
This doesn't feel like it's got 3 written all over it. This feels like quite a good day at the office of Team Spirit at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the Ancient is looking good for them right now, obviously, when you add in yesterday's win over FlyQuest. So far, they've given up 5 total rounds in 2 maps of Ancient. We'll see if NAVI can add any onto that tally before their eventual demise on the map. Donk brought down low. He's going to have to go passive, surely.
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 Normally expected. But JL, he's gone contact into this B bomb site. He's all the way up the top of the ramp, and Bit is with him. JL's got extremely deep, but it's detected by Magix, and he peeks with the Chopper Flash again. Shiro comes to help Magix. Zontix pushes A main, and Spirit getting kills all over the show. And this is curtains for Navi on Ancient. Team Spirit with one hell of a statement performance. They crush Navi on map 1 of this best of 3. And they better hope that Navi's map pick has some magic in it to bounce back into this series.
A lot of help in terms of some rounds really going in their favor. Other than that, Team Spirit was in control towards the end of the game until the incredible clutches.
Well, the winner of this moves straight into the playoffs. This is the group stage advancement match between Team Spirit and Navi. We're kicking off the pistol with Zontix getting aggressive in towards ramp. He's got Shiro buddying up with him, and the pistol rounds are so dominant from Team Spirit on Ancient. It's a good start here from Imma. Both of those ramp players gone on the CT side, and a 5v3 given over to Navi. Just like that.
Yep, that helps. What's Chopper going to be able to do? They've already dropped down a couple of defenders to the lower bomb site. Chopper taking a few shots. Magisk is able to get one, and Donk is down here behind Silo, and so quickly. Look how fast it's gone back into a 3v3.
That's crazy. A 5v3 instantly falls out of their hands. Donk was so close to going down, but can he recover this? Answer is no. Wonderful. Overwhelms him at the decon door. Now a 3v2 advantage yet again established for Navi, and there's time here for the T's.
Yeah, and the question becomes how comfortable does Magix feel dropping down vents? He's actually not going to do it whatsoever, so he goes back to back up Chopper. A little bit of a double flank going on. They want to clear out the player inside the vents. Wonderful watching for this rotation. No kit and no armor on Chopper.
Wonderful. It spots out the knee of Chopper that comes around the corner a little bit too wide. Magic's position now confirmed to the remaining Navi players. They can comfortably position themselves in solid post plants. Wonderful dealt with in the vent, but Magic still has to come through decon, and he's making a lot of noise about this because time will start to tick on. And LXCB is positioned just above him on the railing, and it's Bit to swing from dark. Navi get a pistol round win.
Really nice setup in that 2v1 as well. That was pretty much unlosable based on the positions. Alexi and Bit working together really, really well to be able to double up on that fight, but it's all about the opening from Imma, who mentioned the death mention on Nuke needed to have a big game. This is a wonderful start. Double headshot immediately on the push. And Team Spirit eventually just get whittled down. Good job from Wonderful as well, taking down Donk, clearing out the bomb site for the plant, adding one more on the rotation. And Navi get a start Nuke in the lead.
Really should be extending their lead to 2 in a row now. We haven't seen Vertigo yet, Jason, personally, you and I, or at all, so don't know how we're going to have it in this series, but it was interesting to see, you know, Alexi was talking about the fact they had 1 day of practice on the new patch, Not enough to really figure everything out yet. So eventually, down the line, if Vertigo does come through, I'm sure teams are pracking it here when they're in their downtime.
Sure, and I mean, maybe someone's able to feel comfortable or confident enough on it to throw it into the playoffs at some point. Maybe
Yeah, that could be a nice curveball.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that actually happens. I think like the over-under that we kind of unofficially set in just casual conversation is probably like 4 Vertigos throughout the event, 5 Vertigos throughout the event.
All right.
Like right around there.
That'd be nice to see. Playoffs in a few days' time. One of these teams guaranteed to be there. And that is 2 in a row now for NAVI. Money will now start to swell for Team Spirit. They can buy up into the rifles. Donk will have the M4. We'll spot him with that rifle over towards big garage a lot of the time. So strong position for him and very difficult player to deal with all over the show, but in particular towards outside.
Well, yeah, let's see what he's going to be able to do. Navi, I believe that when they played this at the major, when they played this nuke, I think Alexi actually ended up doing a pretty decent job shutting down Donk outside. So that was on the CT side though, so that'll be the second half. But yeah, I mean, basically what we see out of Donk on every map is just his freedom to do whatever, to take any peek he wants. Ooh. That's great early damage. They've just forced him back now. He's got to be passive, go for some spams.
Imma meeting him head on. Just dropped 80 health off the top. That grenade does 1 damage. And Donk is still confident to fight. Imma drops down into main, realizing Donk does not have the information to provide to his teammates, so Imma uses that chance to go through main into the A bomb site. 2 kills for Navi against this defense. Shiro coming over the top of heaven. CT Vent is a kill, second in towards Hut. Oh. And Alexi B needed to clean up. He takes damage, but that Mac 10 gets way more done than it should have. And Chopper is left in a 1 versus 3. 2 players very softened up. So this FAMAS could be very potent, but he finds the 1 player with health, and that dink is not enough to bring down Wonderful.
That second Mac 10 kill from Alexi had to be something really cool to see. Nice transfer, because he grabbed Shiro dropping into the bomb site out of the sky. But look, in reality, this is exactly what you want out of Imma. Imma realizes Donk is spamming from back credit, heard him firing up towards Silo, and just said, that's the outside player. I have an opening towards Mini, and you want him to have that confidence to just take advantage of the situation. He does exactly that. He's able to slip into Mini before the upper defenders can really react to the information from Donk. It's perfectly played from Imma in that round. We need more of it. Navi needs more of it.
Okay, and that's what Donk can provide with the Deagle. More of that for Team Spirit.
Don't you dare.
It's always a little scary, but Imma's dealt with him again. Through the smoke, Chopper tries to unleash himself. It looked like he was going to get 1 onto the back of Imma, but Alexi B defends him. So far, so good here for Navi. Again, we're going to be watching that Imma-Donk duel. They generally do meet each other head-on in a lot of these matchups. We've seen them on Ancient play same position, CTT side. You can see them outside challenging each other here. And that's why the point for Maniac to highlight the head-to-head between the 2 players is so poignant, because they are going to get into battles with each other quite frequently. We often do the AWP head-to-head, but generally AWPers don't find each other that often on the map. But in particular, this duo, they are seeing quite a lot of each other.
Yeah, and you got to say, in the early going, in these first 4 rounds, Imma's gotten the upper hand, at least in the early stages of Nuke.
And the rest of Navi cleaning up the Spirit defense in this round. Magic's now detected towards the back of the bomb site. Nearly gets away with another one now on Alexi, but eventually taken out. It's 4 rounds in a row on this T side for Navi.
And we run it back. Timeout used by Spirit, their first one. So, I mean, original objective accomplished for Navi, which is put some pressure, get out to a lead, a nice start on your T-side nuke, make Spirit play with a little bit of that pressure, having to claw themselves back into the map, and that's exactly what they're talking about now. Shiro will have the AWP. And they've been bullied a little bit outside. As you mentioned, it's only been the one gun round, but maybe you bring Shiro's AWP outside early to support Donk a little bit more. Activate him to be a bit aggressive while Shiro watches from the back, throwing utility. See if you can slow down this progression in yard.
The last time we've seen Spirit play Nuke was against Heroic back in Belgrade.
That's barely even a pixel that he hits.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. But that was a 13-11 win, so they were pushed to the brink there, and then we've seen the overtime against FaZe at the major in Copenhagen, overtime against NAVI, so Not clean wins recently for Team Spirit on Nuke. It might have to be a long and labored job again here versus NAVI.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 smokes outside. Donk's playing safe within mini. Shiro's watching from a distance, but he'll see nothing with these smokes. So Spirit are going to have to figure out a way to rotate to shore up that lower bomb site. Good find from Chopper as JL lurks out the door smoke.
And gone early. NAVI send players down secret. Imma is given a lot of space here, and Chopper pushes through the squeaky door. He's still going. A wonderful. Is he going to be detected here? The tip of his barrel now gives him away, and Chopper will lock him in that corner. It is now down to Imma to make the play to get NAVI back into this round. If he's unable to net anything, this could very quickly fall in favor of Team Spirit convincingly.
NAVI's lost too many players away from the main thrust of their attack. It really falls on this lurk from Imma to have impact, but his timing towards ramp is great, but the timing on the mid-crunch to ramp room is even better. They get caught off a little unawares, but an easy recovery, and Shiro's ready and waiting, and Bit now gets caught between two different decisions, and Spirit's on the board.
Imma nearly gets 2 out of that ramp push, but Team Spirit finally able to piece it together. That's off the back of a timeout. The initial pushes of NAVI getting caught. JL walking through that squeaky door, Jason, just gets absolutely annihilated. And from that point onwards, a couple of pieces fell apart. Oh, Shiro.
It's a shame really on that Imma lurk, because he was piecing that together pretty nicely. Feels like at least here on Nuke in this early stages, he's got a good feel for what this game is going to look like and the timings he wants to hit, and how he's taking advantage of some rotations, just not expecting that double lobby crunch to come back through ramp room. 4-1. First time out from NAVI. Both teams readying themselves for round 6.
AWP yet for NAVI. That's quick up over the top of the blue box and outside. Smoke execute in play. Alexi moving behind red with it. Imma close towards main this time, looking to pounce on Donk at main. It could be effective here for Imma, because grenade in hand for Donk, but Flash catches Imma, forces him back behind that smoke, and Donk is just clearing out, making sure that Imma can't push forward.
Again, just a very narrow margin. Imma seemed to have the right idea. Good timing on it, as you mentioned, and just one little unfortunate detail of that flashbang. Chopper playing safe over in decon. We'll hear double doors open if they indeed do, but Alexi has slid into vents to clear things out. 2 players in lobby. 2 players in secret. Imma outside at red box. NAVI just need to piece together where they want to hit together.
Shiro unscopes, just as looked like JL was going to consider peeking in towards him, but he tosses an 8. He gets back to this angle, and now they peek into Shiro's sniper. He knows they've infiltrated that lower bomb site, and that molly's going to pull his attention downward lower, and Chopper swings open the decon door. He denies that plan, but look at Wonderful. He's got the flank on 2. They're not reading this. They don't know about the second player, but they turn back. Shiro's spidey senses tingle, and he turns for that 180 shot.
Wonderful got caught in indecision. I mean, I think he got to a point where he wanted both of those kills. He could see his teammates dropping like flies, and he knew if he didn't get both of them, it wouldn't open up, but it just took too long to find that opportunity clean from behind. And then the round's already lost when Shiro spins anyways. But I think NAVI actually, again, like NAVI did a pretty cool job. I mean, not covering decon doors, a little bit rough, but even Wonderful's like Lurk, they're throwing utility from windows, from control side. It pulls all the attention away from ramp room. That flank, that Lurk was opened up for Wonderful. Tactically, they seem like they have the right ideas, just not always able to take advantage of it.
And this round could be very nasty for NAVI. Flash play into Zontix. Flash is pretty effective, blinds him completely. He only manages 1 kill out of that push in towards him, and now Shiro could get overrun, but he's not overwhelmed. He pulls that P250, he handles business, and Donk and Magic grab the rest. So 4 in a row to now 4-3. Team Spirit absolutely back in this first half.
Yeah, 3 in a row for Spirit and clean. They've only lost 1 player in each of those 3 rounds. So building up a good amount of money, a little bit of bank so they can sustain some losses. This half's going to start getting much more difficult for NAVI as they won't be able to take advantage of any kind of low econ, any kind of Molotovs or smokes missing whatsoever. Let's see if they start going back to a little bit more of the outside plays that were having success earlier in the half.
Well, Donk gets himself to Secret the fast way. It's the first time we've seen him do it so far on this map. And look at him, catches the gap in the smoke. Zontix unaware of that possibility. And Zontix will hit the deck. Imma's doing a fantastic job outside.
Yeah, I got to give him credit. He's looking great in this half so far, having some really impactful kills. He's pulled Chopper out of the upper bomb site, which leaves Magic's kind of alone over in silos inside the site. Chopper can react from Mini, but likely will be blocked off by utility at some point. And Imma just goes passive and turns into a lurk. He's got Bit. Eyes in the sky, making sure nobody's pushing on him. NAVI have plenty of time to try and gather a little bit of information on the positioning of the defense before committing to anything.
Under a minute left. Magic's now gathering info for the right time to toss down this incendiary. Only get it. Oh, JL just spotted. Tosses that molly down, and that will force them back for now. In fight in outside, it's going to go Donk's way. Imma will fall in that duel. Now Chopper can focus on the squeaky door, but he's taken out by Bit. And NAVI are chomping at the bit to try and get into this upper bomb site. It's pretty effective so far. Shiro unable to connect a shot. And Donk, they know exactly where he is, but he can't get back into this one. Not even he can win this round. So it's NAVI getting into that upper bomb site and pushing themselves to 5.
Yeah, that's great job coming into the bomb site, just barreling through. You knew Chopper was going to have to step in front of that smoke in a 4v5 to try and keep them bottlenecked. Good shooting from Bit. Good job covering as his teammates stream through the choke point. And at that point, the upper bomb site is overrun. Magic's on his island, gets taken down. And NAVI hit a perfect hit. Here's that opening kill, and Imma's been doing a good job outside throughout this map so far. Desk said that NAVI would need him here on Nuke, and it seems like they've got him.
And they even get Donk right at the end, preventing that save for him. Money's still good for Team Spirit, but they go for their second tactical timeout here. Halley having his say again. He knows his teammates have got to buy.
They're good though. Their money is so strong, even after this buy. Like Shiro has, 2,900. Magic's sitting over 3,000. So I mean, even with
those 3 rounds they won were so clean, right?
Yeah, and it's even if they kind of lose a round, you've saving a weapon, you can still get a full buy in the next one. So they've got a couple rounds to play with still of full buys for Team Spirit. But Alexi's got this NAVI offense rolling in a way they couldn't get it done on Ancient.
Outside smokes put in place again for NAVI. There's a glaive smoke popped up here for Team Spirit, indicating that Donk once again could be playing towards Secret. He's decided to not do it this time. Shiro will start lower with that orb. Donk will play towards main. And Imma once again making his way outside. This time he's not a lone wolf. He's got help this time to cross on over. Zontix has been picked off a few times. He doesn't want to be caught by the AWP, but this time it's Magic's towards CT that's caught by Wonderful. And that's going to feel pretty rough for Magic's. Once again, Team Spirit losing that initial kill, but Imma, if he keeps moving forward, would have to challenge into the sniper that's waiting for him in Shiro.
NAVI's doing such a good job finding these first kills outside. Imma's staying very poised, not over-peaking, not over-dedicating himself, not trying to do too much.
Shiro's even taking a few steps backwards. Donk is boosted up by Chopper. He'll play from the rafters instead.
Zontix should just park himself here, right? If they attack the upper bomb site, he has a very quick flank through lobby. And actually, he's starting to go forward through radio. JL's over in Squeak Door. He's watching for the flank. And Navi still lined up outside, 25 seconds on the clock.
Not a lot of time, and Navi have to go into Chopper first. They pass that test with flying colors, but will they detect Donk? He's still up here in the rafters, descends down to safety now, and a second kill picked up for Donk. The combo is Zontix and Donk once again eradicating Navi's attack, but with 10 seconds left, Imma, important headshot from Heaven. Wonderful, goes for the quick shot at HUD, but just enough time to plant the bomb if Imma had it, but he does not, and so the time fades away, and so will Navi's chances of getting the round win. Time is on the side of Spirit.
Yeah, razor thin. That's a nice adjustment from Donk, rotating into the upper bomb site, getting boosted by Chopper. The first kill is nice and easy. Nobody's expecting him, but the drop down after the fact is beautiful. And you got to give credit over to Zontix. He's been able to kind of chill in the series. He had a pretty quiet Ancient. Like some of the main thrust of the attacks aren't really towards his side of the map. He was just kind of lurking a few rounds. Same thing here, but this timing on his ramp push and all the decisions he made in terms of when to get aggressive, when to stay quiet, spot on.
The hero AK in the hands of Imma. Understand it with the way he's been playing. Doesn't have the resources, all those smokes, etc. to make more advanced plays, so he's just holding down outside at the moment. No one from Team Spirit going aggressive, no one offering up a chance.
One smoke and one molly for Navi to use. They're both passed over to Alexi. Looks like ramp room is where they want to attack. Right into Zontix. Shiro will be there quickly, likely just take one shot, and if he's able to get that, he can back away into safety. Zontix commits, spray down of 2.
Didn't look like it was going to be the most clean play from Zontix, but it ends up working out for 2, and Shiro, with that quick rotation, annihilates Wonderful. Him actually got dinged, so he's down to limited health at 25. He's got drop low. 2 players now for Navi with 35 seconds with rifles in hand, and Alexi B still has that heap of utility available.
Hey, he's now got an HE grenade. It's grown. A plan here would be lovely.
They could smoke off double and molly in towards Decon and go for it.
There's too many choke points with only one smoke. You're going to want to just smoke in the bomb site and plant inside of it, especially now. It's his only option, but Donk doesn't even give him the chance to consider it. Swing from Decon, and it's all tied up.
So a very strong start for Navi, but has slowed down, and Spirit grind back into the game. If you are just tuning in, wondering the context of the game, this is a group stage advancement match here in Dallas.
Winning team is in the playoffs.
Yep, and Spirit 1 map up already. I think everybody was expecting Spirit to make an appearance in the playoffs. They like to try and do it in the fastest way possible. Donk, preemptive spam to try and catch Imma. He's had his hands full with Imma outside. He's going to cross in behind red. Donk is looking around for him. He wants to actually meet him head on in battle, but Imma is snuck on by. He's got down secret. No one to address it there at all.
It's Chopper who's going to be back down on control stairs. So eventually we'll run into him if he continues forward, but I think he's going to let this ramp play be kind of the main thrust of the attack to try and take some attention. Zontix is in a position to fall back pretty quickly. 1 kill, 1 chance, maybe 5-6 bullets, and see if you can get away safely as they stream around the red box.
He's going to hear those steps crossing onto his left side, but he's holding for bits around that corner. And Zontix does well to pick up 1. He drops a little further back now, keeping his life. Delaying Navi as they lose another member elsewhere. It is Zontix with perfect positioning. Yet another kill for Zontix on defense. Wonderful trades him, but it's a 2v4 still for Navi. Not the greatest situation to find themselves in, but finally Imma begins to strike, but Chopper's patience has paid off, and he nearly gets that second kill on Wonderful. 10 health left on Wonderful. He'll go back and take down his former in-game leader, and now go to the plant. It's a fake tap to try and draw that next fight, but eventually that smoke will start to fade away, and Wonderful isn't getting the fights he wants, isn't finding the next victim. And he commits to the plant this time. Magic's yet to open that door, but as soon as it's confirmed that it is the plant, he'll swing it open, take the kill, and straight away takes Spirit into the lead for the first time here on Nuke.
It's been a nice little adjustment for Spirit. I mean, and they kind of had to make one as well. Like, you can see, like, this round especially is just like Spirit's like, you can have outside. You know, we're just tired of losing players outside. We're tired of getting picked off. Tired of Donk taking like half HP away in the initial engagement. Ema's doing a good job out there. Magic's has been through it. Take outside. We're going to make sure you can't get anywhere after that. And it's really, really effective. I mean, you can see when Navi's trying to take ramp room, a couple times they've done it, they've just been whittled down. You lose 2-3 players just getting ramp control, and it makes that lower bomb site hit so much easier for Spirit to deal with. Last round of the first half, and we've got a fast-paced upper hit.
Yeah, bit charging through, but grenade in hand. Chopper's fortunately given a second to react and pull his gun back out. Chopper looks to defend his teammate at the back of the bomb site. Now the reinforcements are here. It is Team Spirit who will start 4-0 down and end this half with 7 rounds to 5. Ima just biding his time in lobby, but it is an inevitability that he will fall. And Spirit to take 7. Donk descends down off the top of height. Awkward, prolonged fights.
His X-ray is so stupid to watch. He's just jumping. Just jumping everywhere.
Flying around. Smoke after smoke being thrown in towards him. They don't want to give him even a slight chance.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because this half did feel like a great start for Navi, but it ends up being pretty dominant when you consider a 7-1 run to close things out. 2-round lead for Spirit at the break.
Anybody else but you. 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 I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else.
I can smoke main, guys. I smoke main.
Inside main.
I smoke main. Inside main.
He will come stick the main 10 HP.
You don't need to
One more main 10 HP.
Flash your main. I can't go.
Main 10 HP.
Main, one
And heaven.
Get heaven.
Main,
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 main.
Navi's streak of winning their map pick versus Team Spirit this year may be coming to a close. The first 2 times they played this year, it's been 3-map affair, but Jason, it feels like it could be a 2-0 today.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, on the other hand, even though you might be sad that tendency for Navi kind of disappears, it means we got a strong-looking Team Spirit in the playoffs of IEM Dallas. They are just 6 rounds away from making it to the arena. And it's going to be fast-paced timing. They throw utility towards the door as if it's going to be an upper bust and take over ramp room. Bit has dropped all the way down, but doesn't really want to commit or mess with any kind of a fight. Little bit of misdirection with the windows being blown open. And it looks like Spirit still want to hit this upper bomb site. They're just going to crunch it perhaps from heaven.
They're going through hell up the ladder now. They're making a lot of noise doing it. Oh, JL, what a spin. Donk thought he had that kill locked in, but JL with the Julies at range makes it look easy. Zontix and Chopper will respond, though, with Donk dead. The rest have to step up. And Alexi B ascends up the vent, but his teammates are falling like flies. It's not a strong position here for Navi, and it gets even worse with that kill from Magix.
What good positioning from Spirit to understand the pressure that they're applying and the reaction that Navi defenders are going to have to take. Like, JL hits a stunning shot on Donk coming up that ladder and wrapping around heaven, but once he gets that kill, it's like the Spirit, Zontix is just hiding behind that squeak door smoke. He knows once they feel like the danger is going to be coming from heaven, from Rap, it's like they have to get aggressive on these choke points, or excuse me, Chopper, and he's just ready for it. And he's just waiting. Same with Magix. Like, you know they want to kind of push lobby and get into some comfort, some cover of some kind, and it's just taken away from them. Or denied them, I should say.
Looks like Navi will be denied a good time here. Again, USPs. They had a really good start in that first half. They were able to get 4 in a row. They're not going to get that same luxury here. Team Spirit pushing ever closer to the playoffs of Dallas. And it is exciting to see them back here, because Mao's, they're not looking like they're the best of form at the moment. You know, they were facing elimination on day 1 after loss to 9Z and touch and go yesterday against Complexity.
Yeah, I think everyone has like some different emotions on it, but we heard them over in Belgrade kind of talking about the burnout that they were feeling at the moment. I think Brolin was the one mentioning how kind of mentally exhausting all the tournaments and, you know, that tough life of winning those trophies has been.
Yep. At least they got to enjoy some basketball.
True. True. Good point.
Yeah. You know, there's always a positive somewhere.
There's a positive spin in everything.
Mac 10 for Zontix. And Demo. A little battle with the minigun.
All he knows where 2 are.
A big swing from Ima into Zontix is an easy kill.
Yeah.
They're just prolonging this one, Navi, but bomb is down. It is going to be a 9th round here. To the side of Team Spirit, Zontix picks up all that extra cash as well.
Yeah, style points for Zontix, just piecing together that little stack all on his own, that little 1v3 he has from Squeak Door. 9-5, Team Spirit now 4 rounds away from a 2-0 victory, a spot in the playoffs. But guns are out for the Navi side. However, with 2 Galils, with a MAC-10 still in play, things can get a little frisky. Team Spirit might be able to throw a little bit of creativity, a little bit of chaos into the mix. You know who that character is?
Chaos?
No, the mouse pad.
Not a clue who that is.
Okay.
Not an I'm sorry, Jason.
Just wondering.
Not a weeb. Are you? You know who that character is?
I have no idea who that character is.
Good. We can keep casting together then. At this point, though, Navi gonna start figuring out their way back into this game, and has to really start now. Alexi B's at secret. That Molly's going to heat things up for him.
There's a little pocket behind it. Oh,
Ooh,
that might be
my God.
unexpected.
It's
He
a one-way.
finds it. Donk down to 1 health. Oh, no way, Alexi. I feel so bad.
1 health. And he still gets wrecked. That's so rough for Alexi B. Because that is perfect. You get a one-way created by your opponent.
And I mentioned it, you know, at the beginning of the map, that when they played this at the major, Alexi on the CT side was like really handling Donk so well, and it feels like, again, he had the read, he had the right position, he even had the advantage in the fight. Just let that one slip.
Well, Big is a very good ramp player, and he's got himself a deep angle to the left of Magic's, or the right of Magic's rather, and he goes into that fight. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Shiro making quick work of Bit, and that bomb drops down lower. Chopper's already in the vent, so he cuts off that rotation from Imma, and he'll cover off anybody else thinking about coming down the vent with that Molotov. But JL able to stand regardless in the vent.
They have to test this, unfortunately. And it puts them in a big risk. Like, what's going to call you back is losing one player, but that's a very valuable weapon. But they want to see if they can at least get a kill, if someone's going to give them an opportunity. And now that they don't find anyone kind of hiding in secret, watching for the kind of rotation, they just say, nope, we don't have kits, we don't have utility, we just got to bail out. They have one smoke, but that's not enough.
And I think that all started with the Alexi B kill chance on Donk, and he still lives. Donk has 1 health.
That's a pretty big bomb explosion, though. That's,
I don't. Yeah,
know,
he's got to run very far
he's
away.
got to start bailing out. Oh, he's fine.
He's already made it.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's laughing. He's having a great time, Donk.
On Ancient, it was like Navi giving up some 5-on-4s, like giving up some advantages they created by opening picks. Here on Nuke, I feel like there's been just like a couple missed timing, a couple missed fights.
One of these.
Yeah, that's just,
Yeah.
I feel for you, dog.
That was good, though. He held his emotions in.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, like, those, you're going to be frustrated about those ones, but, like, there is that kind of, like, comfort in knowing that you did kind of outplay him in a sense.
Yeah. You should have won it.
Yeah.
And JL, one of the primary weapon wielders, throws a little bit of aggressive maneuver into the mix and comes out with the first kill. Fantastic from Imma as well over the top of Hut. Zontix had got out towards Vent, but Imma with a 5-7 just above him. And now it's 2 kills for Navi to their favor.
And can Spirit find some weak points in this defense? 3 versus 5. Playing passive for the moment as they're all spread out, watching ramp push, watching Hut and Squeak Door push, Donk outside with utility up. They do have a lot of nades still to utilize. I have to imagine this is going to descend in towards like a walk towards ramp room. Chopper's just holding it down. Donk will start moving in to lead the way. That boost up is going to be dangerous. M4 ready to peek off contact or to take contact.
It's a tough fight, especially because Wonderful's going to take the initial attention, right? So Bit should be given a great chance. Will Donk consider it? Wonderful goes down, and Donk nearly gets Bit, but still that 5-7 will come out on top. Another chance for Bit, and he'll sink it on Chopper. Last victim, Shiro, and Bit does it all. 5-7, 3 kills, and Navi win off the back of 2 M4s and 3 pistols.
Tell you what, though, I mean, still, it's like, I almost feel bad because, I mean, great shooting with the 5-7 from Bit, obviously a stellar triple kill, but that little jiggle peek into an instant headshot from Donk, it's just like, it's not fair sometimes, it feels. But a nice boost up, the setup works just as designed, Bit's the safety net, and he even delivers probably more than expected.
Yeah, a lot more.
And that's a lifeline for Navi. They came into that with, what, 2 M4s saved, 5-7s on 2 players, get 4 of the kills in the round. That's what you needed. And this is how the game went back at the Major as well. Team Spirit seemed to be in a commanding lead, and Navi found some real good miracle rounds to come back in and force overtime.
Imma climbs down the vent. He's going to reposition towards Secret. Alexi B breaking open that outside smoke to try and spot any crossing players to give information to Imma. Donk is going to apply pressure running with his knife out. He's going to start spamming in towards Imma. Considers that, and because of the information picked up, Alexi B will stop Donk in this round.
Yeah, that's brutal. It's just stalled out from the play he wanted to make, and absolutely lovely from Navi. So Zontix over in mid, he's going to try and make his play next. A little bit of a lurk, getting aggressive. Jail nade in hand.
Timing.
Oh, the timing is perfect. A 6th sense from Zontix. He knew exactly when to peek, and Magix has mini covered.
Yeah, Alexi B, the position was known from the previous kill on Dog, so they were ready for it. Zontix got that one mid-air, apparently.
What?
Imma's gone out, and Wonderful. Nice leg shot collateral, but not enough damage to bring down 2 members. Fortunately, Bit was there to assist the sniper of Wonderful, and it's still a doable round here for Navi. 30 seconds remaining for Team Spirit to piece this one together. And Wonderful's gone aggressive with that AWP. If he starts to flank, it's not going to be a play they consider here, Team Spirit. this could be effective from Wonderful.
Feels like Spirit don't exactly know where to go. They've got one player downstairs. Took a little bit of time for Shiro to work up the courage to drop, but they've just done it now. Zontix has opened everything up. I need to see that jumping shot, that falling shot, whatever it was. And Wonderful, like, oh, how crushing is this? Like, you have no health to drop in vents. They have to give this up.
Oh, it's so sad for Wonderful, because he makes a cool play with that flank, but the timing between considering the drop down into B and Wonderful getting the right spot at the right time, it just works in favor of Team Spirit. So that's 11, and that is got to feel pretty rough because they worked this first kill so well.
Yeah, very nice job. Stalling Donk out, getting him through the smoke as well.
And he's frustrated about that.
He wanted that play towards Secret, but you got to give all credit over to Zontix. He has the impact kills. Okay, so it's just down vents. It's nothing crazy.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that's disappointing.
Yeah, my bad. But that first kill on JL was nice.
Yeah, it was. It was better than that, that's for sure.
I wonder, like, it seemed like, it felt like he made a decision so quickly when JL took, like, the nade out. I wonder, like, let's get, like, a EKG. I want to see what went through his brain to be like, now's the time. Now's the one I want to hit.
Maybe a sound cue or something, but yeah, he just decided it was time. Time to strike. Timeout for Navi's second here. You see from Blade just staring into the distance, waiting for his time to talk, and he's got a lot of work for his team to have to pick up here.
By EKG, I obviously meant MRI, by the way. For all you medical people out there, the EKG.
Yeah, all the doctors in the chat are molding.
They're like,
you,
why does he
Jason.
want to know about his heart?
Yeah.
I was like, my bad.
I got an ECG done in India, and it was probably the first version of an ECG machine ever. It was this huge rusty metal machine, and they clipped it onto my skin, these like metal suction pads.
Okay.
And it just left bruising all down my side.
Sounds kind of cool.
No, it wasn't cool. And I didn't even need it. They just wanted extra money out of me.
And now you're a new man.
Yeah, I've got some rust damage.
Superpowers. Molly in towards Mini. Shiro's going to cover the cross. Smoke broken open. Zontix well in cover. Spirit 2 rounds away from the playoffs in Dallas.
Wonderful. Sniper waits at ramp. And he's going to have plenty of Spirit players charging towards him. He dodges the flashbang, and he also misses the shot. And now he's stuck behind this big old box, and he has so many players coming at him. But Donk is taken out. Second shot is so fast from Wonderful. And this man is absolutely wonderful. He drops down into the lower bomb site. And they have got a big round on their hands here in NAVI, thanks to that AWP presence from Wonderful. It looked like he was about to be overrun, overwhelmed, and stomped out of the round.
Best round he's had in this series so far, and Navi would love for him to come alive to try and help them claw back this scoreline on Nuke. I even love the decision of bailing out. It's like, sorry, Bit, I got 3. If I stick around and get picked off, this is very doable for Spirit. So he preserves the round win. And Navi's going to be on 7.
When he misses those first 2 shots, you think, oh no, Wonderful has really messed this one up. It's going to be tough for him to get out of the spot alive. He really has to rely on his teammates. And then he just backs himself. It's either a fight or die. He's able to step up to a massive extent.
Well, AWP will be saved for Zontix. Money's going to be a problem for Spirit. They have no losing bonus. So Donk will be right around 1950. Shiro 3100.
That's 2 rounds in a row, right? Donk has died first for Spirit. And he nearly died 3 rounds in a row because Alexi B gets that spam through the molly that takes him down to 1 health. That could have been 3 rounds in a row where you don't have Donk.
I'm telling you, that's why I brought it up, is like the way Alexi has like, you know, you think between the 2 players. Let's just admire this from Wonderful. That's a fantastic third shot onto
The first one's the
Shiro.
hardest because you just see a little bit of Donk up on that headshot angle.
But, I mean, the disparity in terms of just, like, individual skill that we see between Alexi and Donk, it doesn't seem to matter when, like, Alexi's putting his brain power into it and just coming up with different game plans, different positioning. And really, what seems to be, in back-to-back Nuke games they faced off against each other, a clear understanding of what Donk likes to do outside. Alexi does a great job of neutralizing him as much as possible.
Oh, and now Emma starts towards Secret, and he feels confident to just fight early doors here. He goes up for the info, he walks away with Shiro's life, and that AWP was in the hands of the primary sniper for Team Spirit. and instantly take it away. So Donk's turn to show us what he's got on the AWP. Tech9 close to main. Alexi B actually drops to Zontix. This is a 3v3 now, Jason. This could actually go the other way, but confident peek from JL to remove the threat of Zontix. Now Magix is damaged up and only has a P250, so you really do need to rely on this AWP Donk. Let's see what he's got. Missed shot initially. Information gathered from that peek from JL. A couple of missed shots there for Donk, and that will be cleaned up in the end by NAVI.
He's mortal. He can't do everything.
Yeah, he's a rifler. Not known to be an AWPer, as they would say.
Lead is cut to 3, though, for NAVI, coming storming back in this. And still, just due to the busted economy, I don't think Spirit can work together a buy here. Maybe you descend to some Tech 9 and armor, some P250s, but you ain't picking up rifles at this stage. If Spirit shoves all in here, that's one of those economic decisions that can allow Na'Vi right back into the map. They have to be very careful in talking through this third and final timeout they're utilizing at the moment.
Whereas I'm currently seeing some Tech 9 and armor being purchased, at least for Shiro. So perhaps electing for the more conservative approach and giving themselves the best possible chance to close out this series in a 2-0 fashion and lock themselves in for the playoffs of the Intel Extreme Masters Dallas. It is actually the investment, Jason. They've gone and thrown everything in.
Dang. All right. Let's do it, baby. Let's see what you got. What have we called here? Team Spirit shoves all in on round 20. Wonderful. Would have loved that pick. They've moved the AWP outside. Another change up in the look.
And Chopper gets close, but that sniper of Wonderful, it's got a perfect angle. That AWP misses the shot. Chopper gets by the scope. He goes in for this attack in the main. Wonderful takes him out, but it's absolute chaos inside of the top bomb site, and it's coming out in favor of Team Spirit. Important shots yet again in back-to-back rounds from Wonderful. It keeps them fighting in this one, Na'Vi, and Bit is locked in lobby.
You're going to test this if you're Na'Vi. Wonderful is going to allow Bit to play next. So if you're Team Spirit, you have to know the aggression is going to come from lobby, that AK-47. You know his position.
A lot of damage done to these Team Spirit plays that is still remaining inside of the bomb site. Bit is worried about exiting hut, but time will start to tick. Wonderful switches to the rifle so they can now play together, but Bit makes his move. Oh, it's not going to work out for him. Shiro instantly on that headshot, and they know exactly where Wonderful is, and he can't get a step closer to this site. So with Team Spirit changing up the pace and shoving all in, they win big.
Yeah, that's actually, that's a nice change-up. Stylistically, Na'Vi hadn't seen that hit quite yet, and there was no indication it was coming. It was not like the Molotovs into the rafters on top of the hut, the nades into the bomb site, flashes streaming through. It was just a straight-up side. He put Alexi under a lot of pressure, who had just pulled nades out, just pulled utility. And that wreaked havoc on what was coming. Perfect trades. Yeah. It's Navi's turn to burn their last time out.
It's exactly what you were mentioning earlier on the desk as well, but the fact that the last time they played it, they pushed it into OT. You had clutches you had to be winning, you had to have mistakes from Team Spirit, and they haven't had a whole heap of those miracle rounds available for Na'Vi. You had one of Wonderful perhaps stepping up with that 3K in the AWP, but nothing really consistent here from Na'Vi. At least they have a full purchase. 2 kits, keep eyes on those, JL and Wonderful.
No more rounds you can give up either. You obviously you have to go for everything. Utility being dropped back. Shiro taking his time with the Molotov. Here comes some outside smokes. And we'll see how Donk activates, how he chooses to play it.
Wonderful, aggressive through hut. Can't unscope, so we'll maintain this spot and hope he can catch a Team Spirit player crossing either towards ramp or coming close towards the hut itself. It's much slower this time from Team Spirit. Now they've got the utility they want to put in place.
I like this from Wonderful. A burgeoning star for NAVI and on the op position, and in this last round potentially he's going to take matters into his own hands and he wants to give his team an advantage. He'll deliver on that aggressive stance.
Yeah, good shot from Wonderful. He's sticking around too. He takes a few steps back but wants a second out of this spot, but he's overrun this time. Missed shot. Chopper burns him away. Donk follows up with a kill into this upper bomb site, and Team Spirit are through. They've broken through to the site. And Bit is climbing up the ladder to heaven. He's trying to get there very speedily, but it's Donk again that is just not stopping. You cannot stop Donk. It's the flick back from main to heaven. That might have just broken Na'Vi. It's Imma with a 1v3 ahead of him just to keep Na'Vi in this game, and that will not be happening. Team Spirit move into the playoffs here in Dallas. They are on the hunt. They are on the chase for the Intel Grand Slam, and they want another notch. They're into that playoffs. They'll see the stage, and we'll all get to see Donk in Dallas.
That's a beautiful end to the map for Team Spirit with a couple of little change-ups at different timings on the upper hits. Very, very effective. And they had Na'Vi.